Alright, hello everyone. How are you? This is Kay. Good to see you again. And thank you very much for joining another live stream today. And happy Sunday, everyone. Today is the 22nd of September on Sunday. So it's a weekly forecast on my YouTube channel that I do every Sunday. So today I've selected 3 pairs of Forex market and also gold and also US index. I will cover Dow Jones today, and then also I cover BTCUSD and the fundamental news. And I hope you will enjoy and learn something new from today's live stream as well. And just for the heads up, there is a global trading school which starts in the month of October. We have still 2 weeks until the class starts because it happens every Sunday. Next week is the last class for existing group, and following week, in 2 weeks, there will be new group in October. And there are some seats available, 2 seats there available. So if you're interested to join, please let me know. This is a 3 months program to master my strategy. Okay, so yeah, since we have some pairs to cover, let me start the analysis for now. Okay, so yesterday I did the live stream about trade psychology. So, and I hope you liked it. If you watch the archive also, you can look back the talk and learn something new from the from my videos also in the past. Okay, I see some comments now. You, thank for joining. CSM, thank for joining too. And Tony Gold, good to see you. Ichimoku Trader, good to see you too. Alright, and Buddha, thank for joining. Good to see you. It's been a while. Thank for joining too. And Win, good to see you. Vic, thank for joining. Happy Sunday. Ichimoku, good to see you too. And Bring It, good to see you too. Thank you very much. And Speed, also good to see you. And everyone else, thank you very much for joining today. So let me now switch the screen to trading view and start my analysis. So first, let me go to the Forex and I cover EURUSD first. So here is the EURUSD, and this is the weekly time frame. So every weekend I check the weekly time frame as they closed, and weekly time frame will give us some clues and hints in terms of which direction the market potentially goes next week. So every weekend, make sure to check the weekly time frames, and every month, and then make sure to check the monthly time frames. And every day, you check the daily and the lower time frames. That's how I manage my analysis every week and every month. So again, this is the weekly time frame on EURUSD, and you can see that the price is above the blue Tenkan Sen and green Kijun Sen and the Kumo, and the Chikou span is currently above the candlesticks. And this simply means that it's buyers momentum here. The buyers are dominant over sellers, so this market is bullish in that sense. So and if you closely look at the price action, last week on the week of the 9th of September, this particular candlestick is called pin bar. Pin bar is where the body is very tiny and longer wick than body on one side. And when you see the pin bar, then you better wait for the next bar to close above or below. In this case, last week closed above the pin bar, and this is called a pin bar reverse. So pin bar reverse because hold on, let me see. It's called pin bar reverse because the market consolidated and went down, then pin bar happened, then it closed above the pin bar. So from this price action analysis, it's bullish. So again, from Ichimoku viewpoint, it's bullish, and price action wise, it's bullish too. So for me, Euro USD is bullish, and in this case, I always look for buying opportunities. I never look for selling opportunities, and I expect the price to break the resistance. New resistance is marked on here, 1.12, and once it breaks the resistance, then I expect the price goes up to 1.127, which is about 70 pips higher. So it's here, 78 pips or so above. So this resistance is from the, sorry, I dropped my phone, sorry. This resistance is from the week of the 17th of July. And we have about 78 pips of room to trade. So if the market goes up continuously, I look for buying opportunities, and that's the Euro USD analysis. And also I can see that this pin bar was supported by the trend line, the yellow trend line. So yeah, to me it's bullish now. So weekly time frame is such a higher time frame, so you don't really see the lower time frame situations, and I do the multiple time frames analysis. So now let me go down to daily time frame and see exactly what's happening around this resistance area. It's like you take out the magnifying glass and check the details, so that you get to see exactly what's happening in more zoom in perspective, so that you can expect also what potential scenario to break the resistance and enter the trade. So now I go to the daily time frame. Hello Elliot, thank you for joining, good to see you. So here is the daily time frame. Okay, so daily time frame shows first, based on Ichimoku viewpoint, now the Kumo itself is getting thicker and bigger and it's bullish. So this shows it's the buyer's momentum here in the long term. The Kumo Senko Span B especially shows the long term market momentum, and green Kijun Sen shows the mid-term market momentum, and the blue Tenkan-sen shows the short-term market momentum. So at the moment, the price is going up, and not only that, the Ichimoku shows it's bullish. The price is also above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and Chikou span is also bullish too. So I see a bullish momentum at the moment. So in this case, I do expect the price to break the resistance anytime soon. It can break the resistance this week, and the price may head towards bullish side. So we will see how that comes out. And also the most recent candlestick last Friday closed with this doji candlestick. A doji candlestick is where this body is being very tiny and wicks are on both sides. Again, this is called doji candlestick. Doji means at the same time in Japanese, so it's particularly called doji. Same price with open and close, and that's why it's doji candlestick. When you see doji, the theory is to break. Wait for the breakout towards either direction. And again, in this case, it's bullish, so I wait for the breakout of the doji bullish. Then I think the market breaks the resistance and it takes off continuously. So this is how to set the trade scenario in the weekend or even on Mondays when the market opens. And when this actually happens, then you get more confident to enter trades. So this is one of the pairs I want to discuss today. So let me also get into one step further. We can stop here, we can check the daily time frame and stop, but if you want to create more detailed scenario, then you can also get down to the 1 hour time frame and see exactly what's happening. So let me switch down to the 1 hour time frame, and it looks like this. Okay, so at the moment 1 hour is showing range from Ichimoku and the price action perspectives. Because the Kumo Senko span A is flat, Senko span B is flat at the moment, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat, and there was a Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen dead cross above the Kumo, and the Chikou span is at the moment touching. Right. So this is a range market. There's no direction. And since there's no direction, we cannot really expect which way to go. So the question is when the next direction happens. The next direction happens in two ways or two triggers. One is based on Ichimoku, and other is based on the price action candlesticks. So until you see the bullish triggers in 1 hour, you better not to trade is my advice on Euro USD. So based on what we've seen earlier so far from the weekly and the daily time frames, now scenario based on 1 hour is first based on Ichimoku. It's better to wait for the Chikou span to be above the candlesticks. Chikou span, the yellow line was called Chikou span, and Chikou span is simply lagging 26 candles. So this is the latest price right now, latest candlestick, and Chikou span is at the moment here, right? So if you simply count the number of candlestick from where the price is right now, then it's 26 bars ago. It says minus 26. So Chikou span is the yellow line, and that's simply 26 candles backwards from where the prices are closed. And this means a lot in Ichimoku, because when you see Chikou span above the candles, which is in this area, that means the market is bullish. And when the Chikou span is below the candlestick, which was in the case of around this area, then it was downtrending. The market was bearish. And when Chikou span touching just like right now, then it's range, right? So it's very simple. When Chikou span above candles, it's bullish. Below candles, it's bearish. With the candle, touching the candles, it's range. So since it's ranging, it's better to wait for the Chikou span to be above the candlesticks. And that's something that you can wait when the market opens tomorrow or Monday. So this is Ichimoku perspective, okay? And also in terms of the price action, now we see there is an inside bar again, and you wait for the inside to be broken bullish. So inside bar resistance is up here on 1.1175 or 76. So that means if the market breaks, let's see however the market moves when the market opens on Monday tomorrow, and let's say the market breaks that resistance like this. What I mean by the breakout is when the market closes above the resistance. So you better be patient until you wait for the candlestick close in 1 hour time frame. And when it closes above the resistance, this is one of the signs it's bullish according to the weekly and also the daily directions. And by the time when the price goes up and breaks the resistance level, then Chikou span also will be above the candlesticks automatically because they are going together basically. When a candlestick moves up and closes, then Chikou span also goes up like this, right? Because Chikou span simply takes the close price of each candlestick. So in 1 hour, you can wait for the breakout of 1.1175, and then you may wonder there are some minor resistances here or here. But the most important in this case is to wait for the confirmation of the bullish sign. So that means, again, if the market breaks the resistance, then that's the sign of most likely when the market breaks the resistance zone. And then it goes up to here initially to 1.12 level. And then if the market goes up to there, you keep holding, you never exit, or you can partially take profit if you want to. But for me, I keep holding and holding until the market goes all the way up to here, like 70 pips or so, 70 some pips, according to my target based on higher time frames. So this is how you can create the scenarios based on multiple time frames. And what's more, how I usually enter trades is based on the 5-minute time frame. So let's say the market goes up and breaks the resistance, then I look into the 5-minute time frame here and look for entry confirmations. I do be more specific on the entry, and I do like a sniper trade. So if I cannot find any entry confirmations, I will never enter trades. So that's my rule in my strategy. Hold on, let me see if I can find the mouse. I'm using this mouse pad on the laptop, but it's not really comfortable for me to use. I'm looking for it, but seems like I cannot find, so it's okay today. Maybe next time I will use the mouse because it's not really comfortable right now. Oh well, anyways, let me move on to the next analysis. Again, thank you very much for joining, everyone. Good to see you. Today is the 22nd of September, and I am doing the weekly forecast at the moment. So I covered Euro USD, and now moving on to Pound JPY. This is another habit you also want to practice if you haven't. Whenever you switch the screens, whenever you switch the pair or the market to screen or analyze, you better always switch based on higher time frames. Let's say this is 1 hour, or let's say if you're looking at the 5-minute time frame like this, and this is M5, right? And I switch to different market, for example, like this one, for example, or maybe this one, Pound AUD, for example. Then this is a 5-minute time frame, and you see this is kind of range, and you may get biased before checking the weekly or the daily time frames. If you only look at the 5-minute time frame in this case, in this way, then you have maybe bias. So even if you see trending up in higher time frames, you first saw this range in the 5-minute time frame, so you may not be able to believe that it's going up in higher time frames, which is wrong analysis. Right, so that's why it's always switch back to the higher time frame. Again, today it will be on the weekly time frame. then go to another pair that you want to analyze the chart. That's how I screen charts every time. I don't randomly pick the pairs with random time frames to do that. I never do. I always switch to higher time frames and then check other markets like in this manner. Okay, so next one I would like to introduce is a pound JPY. Okay, all right, again, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you today. I see MI3308, thank you for joining. And Ratanak, good to see you. Sunil and Jog, Winstocks and James and everyone, good to see you today. So here is pound JPY. Has anyone trading pound JPY last week? This pair is becoming very tricky now. Before, all the JPY pairs were bullish until the July, but now it's ranged. So this is again the weekly time frame, and according to the weekly time frame, it's range. First of all, let me share my analysis based on Ichimoku 5 lines. The price is at the moment below Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen. However, yellow Chikou span is touching. So, just like I mentioned before, whenever Chikou span touching, it's range. So that means, what I mean by range is that we never know which way the market goes this week and also for the next couple of weeks. At this moment, we cannot really tell which way it's going. So it's like 50-50 chance. And also, if you look at the Kumo, then the Kumo shape is now getting so tiny and thin. So this means that the market is losing its volatility. There's much less momentum than before. So that means most likely this week will be range. So we may see very tiny candlestick today, right? So there may be not so much volatility or trends happening within this week. So with that in mind, if you again check the daily time frame, then the daily time frame you can find that it's also in similar situation. The Kumo is thick, so it's different, but in terms of a Chikou span, it's touching, and that's the same. And the price is now into the Kumo. The Friday candlestick closed within the Kumo, so that means it's like airplanes going into the thunderstorm, and the market most likely becomes really choppy. And in this case, the market may break the Kumo, but it may become fake and the market goes down again within the Kumo. So this time, this is going to be very risky to trade in this situation. So my advice is to simply monitor and at the moment to stay away from pound JPY. The potential scenario to trade is based on the daily time frame. Since Senko span B has been quite long here, this is going to be the strong resistance level, and this is also the same as the weekly Kijun Sen. The green Kijun Sen is exactly on the daily Senko span B, which is 194.087. So most likely, I think the market goes up to that level this week, and if it breaks and you better wait for the retest and goes up, then that would be the best scenario to buy, because again it's range, so the price may goes within the Kumo. So if you only, let's say, buy exactly when it breaks, it's not really a good scenario, because this may be a fake Kumo breakout in this case. And retest also, I mean, with retracement, you don't want to buy when the market retraces, because you never know if it bounces or not, because again it's range on the weekly and the daily time frame as well. So the best scenario is to wait for the retest, and then I think that will be great. So simply you wait for an N wave to happen. At the moment this is called V wave. V wave is like the market going down and up. It's V wave at the moment, so we don't really see any specific waves. Before it was N wave, like this and this and this is N wave, renews higher and higher. But after this, the market went down, and this particular wave is called Y wave. So Y wave was like this. So again, N wave between, oops, sorry, I deleted. N wave was here, and this became Y wave, right? And then now this is called V wave. This is the wave analysis. So here basically we have to wait for an N wave above the Kumo. So N wave above the Kumo means the market first breaks the Kumo, retests, and renews higher. That's when the new momentum happens on the pound JPY. But most likely, I don't think the N wave above Kumo will be seen this week. But sometime within the month of October, it may happen, and then I think that will be better scenario to trade. Until that happens, you better focus on other pairs to trade than this one. But we never know. It may be resisted by the Senko Span B, and the market may go down also this way. If that's the case, I will come back this one next week, next Sunday, and continue my analysis on this one. But so far, this will be the best scenario. If the market goes other directions, then no trade, basically. So this is another example of how I wanted to, how I would make scenarios as example today. So that was pound JPY. Okay, so next one I would like to introduce, and this is going to be one of the best pairs next week, is the pound CAD. So again, let me switch up to the weekly time frame so that I don't see the lower time frame and get biased. Then go to the pound CAD pair. So pound CAD has been bullish. It's obvious. If you look at the price action too, it's been an N waves. So it's bullish first of all. Consecutive N waves up, supported by the trend line, like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. And then also there was a Senko Span B is up, Senko Span A is also up, and Kijun Sen is also up, Tenkan Sen is also up, and Chikou Span above the candles. Okay, so definitely it's bullish trend. Now if you look at the price action only, so let me cancel Ichimoku now, and if you only look at the candlesticks like this, then you may feel that it's overbought. Before I use Ichimoku, I thought it's overbought, so I used to wait for the retracement and bounce and buy. But if you know Ichimoku, then you know it's not overbought. And the reason is because the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger. When Kumo is too thin, and when I see this, then I would say that this is overbought. So I don't want to enter trade at the moment. But the Kumo thickness is getting thicker and bigger. And what I mean by the Kumo thickness is the distance between Senko Span A and Senko Span B. And they are enough separated. So I expect the price continues bullish this way. So I look for buying opportunities this coming week on pound CAD. In terms of the target, it's going to be on 1.8418, and we can expect the potential pips of 362 from the price closed on Friday, which is quite big. So because this price level, this resistance level is actually the previous high all the way back in March in 2018. So the price has been potentially, the price moves all the way up to that way. So I think this is going to be another nice market to monitor and take trades. And I like how the market broke bullish last week. Still, this is a weekly time frame, but you can see that the price ranged, and then price had actually, this was the red rectangle is the resistance zone. So the market last week broke not only the resistance zone, but also it's showing strong momentum bullish. This is a sign of the new bullish trend. So yeah, this is one of the best markets for me to trade this week. So again, with that in mind, if you look at the daily time frame, one time frame lower, then you get to see more detailed situation. So if you look at the daily time frame, the Kumo is getting a bit thinner, right? So in the daily time frame, this may be an overbought, but not the weekly time frame. So what this means is that in the daily time frame basis, there may be some retracement, but on the weekly basis, it won't. So how far the market retraces is based on the price action or based on the Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen. In terms of the daily basis, the price most likely being retraced to the Tenkan Sen or consolidate and touch Tenkan Sen and goes up continuously this way. So this is one of my scenarios on pound CAD on the daily chart. But this is a nice bullish trend anyways. Now Kumo Senko span BA bullish, Chikou span is above the candles, and both Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen are up. So this is another nice market to trade, this one. Yeah. And I like again how the market broke the resistance. There were two resistances in the daily time frame, and it broke clearly bullish. After the breakout candlestick, there was a blue bearish bar, then white bullish bar, and Thursday, Friday continued bullish. So again, the market did consolidate after the breakout, and this also confirms me that the market is continuously up towards the bullish direction. And also there was a the market has been supported by the yellow trend line above, this yellow trend line. The yellow trend line down here is more for the monthly or the bigger time frame, but you can see that the old trend line has not been respected anymore. So in this case, I simply delete this one and only keep the trend line that's been working so far. And now we have a new trend line like this way too. So you can see that the buying pressure, the buying momentum is becoming bigger and bigger by the angles of the trend line too. This is something besides Ichimoku, but I think it's good to know, so just for you to know. Whenever you draw the trend lines, you always have to check the bigger picture first. So there are two touches here and here, and you are able to draw the trend line like this way. So what I mean by two touches is, hold on, let me zoom in the market like this way. And two touches were here and here. But after these two touches on September 2023 and May 2024, the market never touched. That means the market, that means I would say the buyers becoming more stronger and stronger than sellers. Because if the sellers are too strong, then the market should have been gone down to the trend line and push back, right? This is the buyer's momentum based on this first yellow trend line. But after second touch in May this year, it never came back, but instead there was a new trend line up like this. So new trend line had three touches here and here and here. So then every time the market goes down and up and down again, then up and down again, the market had been pushed back towards the trend line, right? In this case, the trend line has been working as a support, and also the Senko span B or Senko span A has been also working as a support. But either way, you can see that every time the market comes closer to Kumo, Senko span A, or the trend line, then there was always buyers waiting for the market to buy, or sellers fix a profit, and the market tended to go up after that. It has been a pattern. So this is the second momentum of the buyers market. And now what we have here is that these are two, this is the new trend line, and this is actually a new momentum at the moment. We have two touches on the trend line, so the market may retrace, but most likely it will be supported by the trend line and goes up at some point. Right, so that's the three different types of bullish momentum that you can see here now. And if you closely look at the angles of the trend lines, it's becoming steeper and steeper. So this also shows that the momentum of the buyers is now becoming stronger than sellers. And if this is not overbought, then this will be the best market because the momentum is getting stronger. When you enter buy, the market tends to go towards your direction faster, and you can make profits faster. So this is becoming more time efficient to make profits, right? Than ranging market or than slower trending market. So in this reason also, I would say pound CAD is one of the best pairs to monitor closely and take trades this coming week. I hope that makes sense to everyone. So yeah, today in Forex pairs, I want to cover these three pairs, and the rest of the pairs I will cover tomorrow, Monday, at the weekly forecast on for KTS Academy and also the GTS members. So now let me move on to gold, because I'm sure lots of people are curious about the gold as it's renewing higher, and it just reached the target of mine last week. So let me switch the analysis screen to gold x EURUSD. Again, I switch already back to the weekly time frame. So the market, I said a couple weeks ago that the target is 2600, and it reached and broke that level last week, which is quite impressive. And now it's renewing higher and higher. So this market is all-time high. So there's no previous resistances. This one is all-time high. In that case, the next targets are going to be the next run numbers, which is going to be 2700. And I say the target is still 2700, and that is because, hold on, let me adjust it a bit precisely, 2700. Let me adjust it like this way so that it becomes more precise. Okay, I say 100 is the next target because this is not overbought. From Ichimoku Kumo perspective, the distance between Senko span A and B is still big, so this one is not overbought. Again, if you only look at the price action, you may think it's overbought and the price may retrace back anytime and you don't want to buy. But for me, since Kumo is still thick and bigger, this is still bullish. So I don't mind looking for some other buying opportunities on this one. So that's gold analysis. And I have been trading gold and made some profits. So as a trend follower, this is one of the good markets to monitor and trade this coming week also. So with that in mind, if you check the daily time frame again, then daily also shows it's bullish, and I liked how the market broke the resistance. So first of all, the market has been supported by the Tenkan-sen, the blue Tenkan-sen, and it broke 2600, the round number, last Friday. Exactly on this 2600, there was a pin bar, the blue pin bar, and this was actually inside and outside. So there is inside bar engulfing and there's outside bar engulfing. This one had both, inside and outside, right? If you don't know inside outside engulfing bars, then please check out my price action video series, Sakata Goho video series I posted. I have part 1 to 5 video series of Sakata Goho price action, which I also use to analyze and also to take trades. So please review those videos on my YouTube. But this is called inside and outside. And Friday broke that resistance. So in this reason too, I expect the price goes up continuously this week. Okay, so that was gold analysis. So now let me switch to Dow Jones as one of the examples of index. So here is again the weekly time frame on Dow Jones, and the market has reached the target of 42,000, which I mentioned a couple weeks ago. Dow Jones is also in all-time high now, and it's renewing higher at the moment. So there's no resistances before, so that means just like gold, the next targets are going to be the next round numbers, which is going to be 43,000. It's really possible that the market reaches 43,000 at the moment based on Ichimoku analysis. So first of all, the Kumo thickness is bigger. Area between Senko span A and B is getting thicker and bigger. So that means this one is not overbought. So we can expect the price continues up towards the next target. And then Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen were also bullish, and Chikou span above candles. So buyers has been keep following the market and sellers have been losing. So there's no reason that the market goes down at this moment through Ichimoku analysis. And also these two yellow lines are called forecast lines. In the moment, price has been above the forecast line, so it's bullish at the moment too. So this week the market may reach 43,000. So let's see how the market goes this week until I come back next week. Okay, so that was Dow Jones analysis. Okay, so now let me cover BTCUSD. I know some of you trade cryptos. So here is the cryptos and BTCUSD. And according to the weekly time frame, it's range, or it's gradually going down. Like I mentioned again for the last couple weeks, this has been going down through the wedge, descending wedge. so it's bearish. The price may reach to the resistance of the wedge, then goes down continuously. And Chikou span at the moment is below the candles. So this one is more sellers momentum than buyers. And this is not really a good market to buy at the moment. We never know how far the market goes down from here gradually. So yeah, that was my analysis on BTCUSD. Okay, so now let me remind everyone about the news this coming week. So let's see. Seems like the markets are still active in Forex pairs. So I'm sure you can find some more opportunities continuously this coming week. Okay, so here is the news website. It's called fxstreet.com, which I most likely use for referring to the news. And let me zoom in the market, zoom in this website so that you can see the whole information and numbers in case you're from phone or tablet. Okay, I think this is good now. You can see all the numbers and details. So Monday, tomorrow, hold on, let me just delete this ad. So tomorrow, Monday, we have multiple news. 23rd, we have a PMI report in Germany and Europe and UK. So you better watch out on Monday, big news. And also PMI in the US also. So Tuesday, September 24th, we have rate decision in Australia. Most likely it won't be changed, so I don't think this will affect the market unless there's any big surprise. And then, oops, sorry, I forgot to change the time. Click on this week from 23rd, 27th, and click apply. So yeah, 22nd, 23rd Monday we have PMI reports in multiple countries, and Tuesday, the 24th, we have a rate statement in Australia, and also BOC's Governor Macklem speech also there in Canada. Wednesday 25th, we have monthly CPI in Australia, and then also Thursday 26th, we have interest rate decision in Switzerland. If it becomes 1%, then it affects not only Swiss franc but also other pairs. So you better watch out on this one. It's coming Thursday 26th. And then also there will be GDP annualized in the US and monetary policy report in Bank of England, and then also Fed Chair Powell speech in the US. And technically, Friday morning, 27th, we have CPI in Tokyo, and also core personal consumption expenditures in the US also. And that's it. So every day we have some news, but not really big. The biggest news happens tomorrow on Monday, 23rd. So from Monday already, the markets may be active. So let's see how they go. Usually I don't trade by the fundamentals, so I only refer to the news, but all my trade decisions are based on Ichimoku and the price actions. I never read the directions by the fundamentals, but I do check the fundamental news like this, so that in case if one of these news affects the market, then I know what to do based on Ichimoku and the price action through the live market, live chart. Okay, so that was the topics I would like to cover today. So yeah, let me see. Again, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. It's been a while since I did the live stream last time. Well, actually, yesterday I did, but in Sunday's weekly forecast, I did it last week. But yeah, it's been it's been quite yeah, active market, I guess, these days. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Okay, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Yes. Let's see. Ichimoku Trader says, I use Kijun-sen retracement strategy. It's very good and powerful, but I think when Kijun-sen flat in Kumo, it might be not working. Yeah, when Kijun-sen within the Kumo, that means the market is really range. And before the market retraces Kijun-sen, there is a Kumo. There is either Senko span A or B. So in that case, the Kijun-sen retracement strategy may not really work. So yeah, that's really true. Kijun-sen retracement strategy works the best when the market's trending and retrace. Also, when Kijun-sen within the Kumo, most likely it's range. So it's not retracing, it's just ranging ups and downs, and Kijun-sen retracement strategy may not really work in that case. Okay, yeah. Okay, do you think gold is overbought? I don't think so. I did analysis on gold already, and because I'm reading some old comments, but I don't think gold is overbought because the Kumo thickness is still there. So I don't mind looking for buy opportunities continuously. Okay, Nifty analysis for this week. Okay, Nifty chart, it was bullish last week, but let's see. Index, and I click on the Nifty chart. Weekly time frame is bullish. Yeah. I think I mentioned this one also. The Kumo thickness is there, so the target is 26,000, and most likely it's going to be reached this week. Last week was bullish, and most likely this week reaches 26,000, so it's bullish still. So Ichimoku is really simple, and the way I look at the market is really simple. Whenever I see trends like this, I follow until it stops. Whether it's up or down, I follow until it stops. And when it's ranging, then I never catch, I never trade. And this is very simple but very powerful way to trade over time. Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much for your comment. Okay, James says, with switching the screens, I know what you mean. See lower time frame get bias. Right. Yeah, so whenever you switch screens, make sure you put the time frames higher, then change. Otherwise, you get the bias. You get the bias based on the lower time frames. Yeah, there are so many ways to analyze the markets, but I think the truth is really simple, and that's something I want to share in this YouTube channel. Okay, says, hi Kay, earlier today for EURUSD, you never mentioned that you would wait for the 1 hour Kijun-sen to point up before looking for entry. So you would long with flat Kijun-sen? No, I don't. So in this weekly analysis, it's more like a bigger picture analysis. So I don't really mention about whether Kijun-sen up or down. So in this case, in this again EURUSD, yes, Kijun-sen is flat. So whenever I enter trade, I wait for the Kijun Sen to be up, not on the weekly but daily 4 hour or the lower time frames. But here, since it's a bigger picture time frame, I'm more mentioning about the location of the price in compared to Tenkan Kijun Kumo and Chikou span above the candles, and also the price actions. Just get a bigger picture. But yeah, whenever I enter trade, then I make sure that the Kijun Sen angles. That's a rule for my entry strategy. Yeah. So I think, yeah, we have so many like pairs which have potential trends this coming week, which is quite interesting to see. Okay, you says I should be more careful with time frames to not get biased. That's true. Yeah, and also maybe next week you can try to change the candlesticks to all white. Now I have blue as bearish and white bullish bars, but this is for live stream purpose. This is for live stream purpose to explain whether it's bullish or bearish bars. But if I analyze the chart alone, then I prefer to turn all the candlesticks white so that you don't get biased towards the market either. You have less bias this way. Let's say when you see all these candlesticks to be blue, then you may feel that it's continuously dropping down, or you may feel that it's oversold, so you get biased, right? But if you see all the white candles like this, then you have less bias towards the market. Well, long time ago, I set the candlestick colors to be green and red, like the classic color, green and red. But then I realized myself that I have been getting bias towards these markets based on the colors I set. Like green, it means to go or to be safe. Red means to like danger, or red also means stop and urgent. So whenever I see the red bars, I tend not to trade, although it's just showing a bearish or bullish bars. Whenever I see red, I didn't feel like trading. I feel it's kind of dangerous to trade. In other hand, whenever I see green bars, I felt it's more comfortable to trade. So I realized that I get biased towards the colors of the candles, and that's why I convert all the candlesticks white and then practice this way to be able to see the price actions clearly without the bias from the colors of the candlesticks. So if you feel you still have bias towards the colors, then you can try to change the colors, all the candlesticks white, and see how you can still trade or not. And I think it's going to be a great exercise for you. If you're used to the candlestick all white, then switch back to the colors. Then you feel that the candlesticks or the market waves or the price actions are easier, much easier to read. So I think it's better to try something harder and get used to it, so that when you level lower, you feel it's easier and it actually becomes easier to trade. Okay, yeah. So that's my little advice about the color of the candlesticks. Alright, hello Sofian, good to see you. Thank you for coming back from Algeria, good to see you. Yes, I have been doing well, thank you very much. Okay, Wisdom Danish, alright. Self-result, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Right, long life, good to see you. EURUSD at the moment is range, I think, so it's not really trending right now. All right, Ratanak, good to see you. Thank you for joining. All right, WTI broke the P wave bearish, so it's a bit bearish now. Market. Euro pound also good for sell daily 4-hour down. Okay, whenever you see downtrend, that's a moment to sell. So yeah, that's really important. Alexander says, what settings do you have on Ichimoku? Do you use the same numbers of Forex and indices as well? Yes, yes I do. My Ichimoku setting is default. It's simply, here's my Ichimoku settings, conversion line, Tenkan-sen 9, Kijun-sen 26, Senko span B 52, displacement 26. So it's all default Ichimoku setting. And I use the same settings on any markets I analyze. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Om, you're welcome. And Suniel, you're welcome too. Yeah, Abdul says Nifty is all-time high, so please comment on that. Right, it's all-time high, but like I mentioned earlier about the Nifty analysis, because the Kumo thickness is still there, this is not overbought. For those who join a bit later today, let me switch back to the blue and white color on the candles, so that it becomes maybe easier for you to see. So yeah, this, if you only look at the price actions, you may think it's overbought, but because the Kumo thickness is there, the area between Senko span A, Senko span B is still there. I think the price reaches to the next target, which is 26,000. So Kumo thickness is very important. If Kumo is too thin, then I never say that. Like you can look back where the Kumo became thinner and thinner. For example, like here, I think around this area, replay in. Oh, okay, I have to do this. Oh, sorry. I don't want to select the random bar, replay, and select the bar, and I go to, let's say, I think it was here. Oh no, it was not. Yeah, here. Around this area, you see that the Kumo is getting thinner. Oh, sorry, not this one. So Kumo is 26 candles forward. So I would say I select the time around this area, I guess. Around this area. And here Kumo is getting thicker, but later on it loses its momentum. Well, here, sorry, Kumo is still thicker. Maybe a bit before. Yeah, after this, the Kumo became thinner. Hold on, let me do this. Yeah, so maybe in these few days, or couple of days only, maybe to here, I see Kumo's getting thinner like this. The area between Senko span A and B is really narrow, right? So this is when I say overbought. Here it's risky to trade at this moment. The market may retrace to Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, or the previous resistance and goes up. So in this case, I never say you can buy the market. I say you better wait for the Kumo to be thicker and look for buying opportunities again. in this case, the market did not retrace so much, but after this, it consolidated. The market ranged and consolidated. Then it continued bullish. Slowly, it did bullish continuation. And here at this moment, Kumo is getting thicker, much thicker. Not this one. Let's see. Yeah, Kumo became much thicker than before. So I would say it's safer to buy. So Kumo thickness is it's really important to read the market momentum in this reason. So coming back to now, I see Kumo still thicker and bigger. So this is thinner here, but here it's thicker. So I still expect the price goes up continuously. But again, nothing's 100%. Even if that you see the Kumo thickness, it might retrace for any reasons. But I'm just talking about the tendency of how these things work. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, EQYI says, if you had to pick only one book, what would you pick? You mean to read or to carry? To read, I would say the best book you have to read is the Trading Zone by Mark Douglas. Yeah, it's such a nice trade psychology book that everybody has to read. So that says, I would like to try all the white candles, but in my MT4, it gives two colors. How do I change all white? I think in MetaTrader, you better choose the color of the frame of the candle and color inside, right? So if you choose two colors to be white, then I think you can get all the white candles. You can do so on your phone too. Okay, yes, Win, you're welcome. Okay, ITZ says, hi Sensei, I want to ask about forecast line. If buy above the forecast line on the daily time frame, where do you set the stop loss? Below forecast line on the daily time frame or below inside bar in the 5-minute chart? How I do usually is whether it's above the forecast lines or not, my entry strategies are always the same. My entry timings are based on the 5-minute time frames, and I set my stop loss based on the swing lows on the 5 or the 15-minute time frames. And I do the risk management to that stop loss. So whether it's below the forecast lines or based on the 5-minute time frame or below the swing low, as long as your stop loss and your risk per trade to stop loss is 2%, then you should be fine. Okay. He says, can you look into this Japanese trader and maybe make videos test that he is really active on Twitter and made high returns? Okay, yeah, okay, I will check that. I will check. Okay, but yeah, and also I want to introduce more Japanese traders, so which you won't really see, in English. So it'll be nice also to make some series of Japanese traders videos and how they traded and what kind of strategies they were using to trade. Okay. All right, let me see. Yes, for Nifty, I did already multiple times today. It's bullish. here's a Nifty chart, and it's bullish right at the moment. The target is 26,000. Okay. Oh, you just figure out. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yep, you're welcome. Can you give an example, K, on how you enter exit trades with a replay function? Yes, I can do that on other live stream. But also I have some other videos on YouTube, how I enter, exit my trades. And also whenever I review my monthly performance every month, then I pick one of my trades per month, and I do explain how I enter, exit my trades. So you can refer to these videos and learn how I enter, exit my trades. And also in my community, GTS and KTS Academy, I do also a lot and lots about videos about how I enter, exit my trades. More detailed and more precise. So you can also refer to these videos as well. Okay, so and also I will be doing some price action videos. Yesterday after public live stream, I did price action video, the price action near the breakout of the resistance and support in multiple time frames, and how each time frame behaves whenever the market breaks the resistance and the support levels. So price action is really important, and it's really quite interesting to see, and it gives you lots and lots of insight when you actually study the price action, the candlestick patterns, and also the wave analysis. Yeah, those are the backbone of all the strategies basically. I can say that almost all the strategies, almost all the indicators are the translation of the price actions. So if you master price actions, then that means you get much better understanding about these indicators. So I think it's really important to learn. Okay, so it's been more than 1 hour now, so I will finish the live. I'm in Japan still, and this is now becoming midnight. Now it's 0:15 a.m. so I better get ready and sleep. So thank you very much everyone for joining today. I see a lot of more comments, but I'm sorry I couldn't cover. But hopefully you can join another live stream and engage the chat and discussions. So thank you very much again. I hope you have the great rest of your weekend, and hope to see you again soon. So until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you very much.